Hello everyone and welcome to this presentation of the Dakar 2025. I'm very happy to open this chapter with you all.
Alors, on va dessiner ce nouveau parcours. Déjà, nouvelle ville de départ, ça c'est important. Et puis on va remonter vers le nord.
Alors, voyons.
Salut David. Bon, bah écoute, le Dakar 24, c'était top. La 48 heures, on aime bien. Par contre, changer les roues, j'en ai un peu marre. Donc si tu pouvais faire des spéciales avec moins de cailloux, ce serait parfait. T'en penses quoi, toi?
Moins de cailloux, ça c'est quelque chose qui est facilement envisageable. Alors on va en supprimer un petit peu.
Hey David, we heard you looking for some ideas for Dakar 2025 and we're thinking along the lines of maybe, what about a 72-hour chrono stage? What do you think?
Hola David, ¿qué tal? Oye, mira, he estado pensando, porque he estado recordando cuando yo veía el Dakar en la televisión, ¿te acuerdas las últimas etapas que había la salida en línea? ¿No crees que sería buena idea hacer eso para la última etapa del Dakar 2025? Estaría bien que lo pensaras.
Hey David, kaj planiraš za naslednji izvedbo Dakarja? Komaj čakam, da peljem še enkrat v Original by Tour catégorie.
Alors on a une 72 chrono, on a un mass start, on a évidemment, très important, les original by Motul pour les amateurs.
Good morning David, how are you? Please David, we need more stage and empty quarter, more sand please, let's do it next year.
Hola David, hey David, ¿cómo estás? A ver si para el Dakar 2025 pone un poquito más de duna. Queremos ir más al empty quarter, así que esperamos que tengan más días ahí.
Alors le sable a beaucoup plu, donc évidemment on va retourner dans l'empty quarter qui a donné tant d'émotions à tout le monde.
Hey, are we having the 48-hour chrono? That was really a good experience and definitely looking forward to what you have in store for us next season.
Salut David, un petit message pour toi et l'organisation du Dakar. Après avoir fini toutes les étapes de nuit, il n'y aurait pas un moyen de réfléchir, de dédoubler les pistes et faire des départs en même temps à des endroits différents?
Alors 72 heures chrono c'est un peu exagéré, on va garder la 48 heures chrono comme l'an dernier. Alors là il faut pas exagérer, il n'y aura pas d'hôtel, au contraire on va faire un très très beau bivouac marathon. Effectivement, pousser jusqu'à 2005 les véhicules participant au Dakar classique, on y avait pensé. On va le mettre au goût du jour pour cette 5e édition.
شكرا على مناطق الجماهير اللي تنحط في المراحل. ولكن نبغى السنة الجاية.
Hallo David. Afgelopen jaar in Dakar was een geweldige ervaring.
Ah, on est bon.
Alors, merci à tous pour vos messages, de bien belles idées. On avait bien travaillé évidemment de notre côté. Et donc, quand je mixe tout ça, voici le nouveau parcours. Je vous l'envoie.
Waouh, ça va être bien. Le voilà.
So there you have it, the course for 2025. So a course that will take us to the city of Bisha. Bisha will welcome us for all the scrutineering parts and even more. I can't tell you everything today, but there might be a few loops. But it'll look like what we've set up these last few years. A big start camp, a huge bivouac that will welcome all the Dakar caravan during several days. The dates, 1st and 2nd of January for technical and administrative scrutineering. On the 3rd of January, a prologue. The first stage on the 4th of January, and we will finish in the empty quarter on the 17th of January. So what will you see in the 2025? Before going into the detail of the specificities, what's important is the global philosophy and the difficulty. Some failed to finish in the past and might think it was too hard, but that's the Dakar. You have to deserve the Dakar. The Dakar is a challenge and we kept it at the same level as in 2024. So be ready, and navigation will also be present in the same way that it was these last few years. We've worked on it, and you'll have a Dakar with a lot of kilometers. You'll see there are a lot of long specials, often more than 400 kilometers. So we're preparing a beautiful and real Dakar. When we'll have finished in Bisha, we'll head north I didn't yet talk about the rest day, but I'll do so later. So what will we find? We'll start with a 48-hour chrono. It was a great success last year, and we wanted it back for 2025. A little bit different because it's not the empty quarter and it's a more traditional stage. There will be about 900 kilometers to cover in 2 days, 48 hours, with little bivouacs like last year, where the caravan will stop at different places. It will remain a difficult stage with a lot of sand and dunes with major difficulties. Let's take a look back at the 2024 48-hour chrono stage.
So I think today and tomorrow, this chrono stage, I think it's just going to be like a survival.
Yeah, we can ride until 4 o'clock.
First day of chrono. It's fun. We're all going to camp and maybe we'll go sit around the campfire until 8 o'clock tonight or something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I lose in the desert and I'm very, very, very tired now.
I guess we could just get one tent and sleeping bag. Yeah, I'm looking forward for the military ration because now I'm really hungry.
Interesting night here in the desert. We slept in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. Hanging out with the boys, camping. The night we make a fire, hang out, laugh a lot. Had to cook some rations that they gave us. So yeah, it was very different for sure. I had fun, and now we have the second part of the chrono stage.
Time to hit the road, just after sunrise.
I think it's Dakar. I don't really know what I expect because it's my first Dakar, but at the same time, I expect the unexpected here because I really, I think for me and everyone else, it's the unknown ahead. It's always unknown.
The other ingredients of this 2025 Dakar is the marathon stage. It isn't brand new, we had already introduced them, but the major novelty is that the finish will take place directly in the bivouac of the marathon stage, so no assistance, only the competitors together who are allowed to work on the vehicles, and the start will also take place from there, so no liaison. We arrive and we start from the same place, a lot of kilometers, so really get ready for the stage. You'll need to have trucks ready in order to work during the night and be ready for the next day. In total, it'll be over 800 kilometers to be covered in full autonomy. The major novelty of this 2025 Dakar will be the separate courses. It'll already be the case on the 48-hour chrono, because we'll have the cars and trucks on a course and bikes on another. We've decided to go further on this 2025 Dakar. Indeed, on 3 extra stages, we'll use that same principle. That means more safety, more navigation for the co-drivers, and for those who are last in cars and trucks, who normally leave later, you'll be able to start earlier and finish these stages in daylight. To finish this edition, you'll have noticed that we will be finishing in the empty quarter. The bivouac will be absolutely magnificent. It'll be rather special, and it won't be the same format that you're used to. We're going to make the best of the scenery and the famous big dunes of the empty quarter. And we'll have a little surprise for you, so that you live an incredible experience. Above all, you'll have to take on 3 stages in the empty quarter. One that is a transition to arrive, a long stage, the last long stage of the Dakar, close to 400 kilometers. And we'll have a specific course for the bikes, a specific course for the cars, and another one for the trucks. So 3 different courses. Why for the trucks? Because the empty quarter is difficult. Its dunes are hard to cross, a lot of slopes, big dunes, and we wanted to adapt the special for the trucks so that you can enjoy your adventure at the fullest, and so that you can do the entire special without any problems. And there's another specificity, the last stage. It'll be a short stage, a stage to celebrate, that will remind us the old Dakars of the past, in the 80s, when there were mass starts in line on the beach of Dakar. So we won't be by the sea, but we'll be in the dunes, and the environment is there. It'll be a tribute to the past, with a start in line for the different categories. That will take place in shots before entering the dunes so that we can finish this edition in style. It's a reference to the past, to those famous editions of the 80s, and that's a good opportunity to talk about Dakar Classic. Dakar Classic has been part of the events these last few years with these vehicles that make us all dream. The specificity this year is that before we had vehicles from before 2000, and this year we'll go further. 5 extra years, 2005, and that allows us to discover new vehicles like the Pajeros, the BMWs that made us dream. They will join us on this 2025 edition.
C'est le mélange de l'aventure et avec des véhicules qui nous plaisent parce que c'est des vieilles machines et parce que c'est ce qu'on aime depuis longtemps.
Il n'y a pas de mots, c'est mythique, c'est une aventure humaine, c'est un dépassement de soi.
Et là, ça c'est l'esprit Dakar, ouais, là on est l'âme du Dakar. Là on la ressent vachement.
We talked about the Dakar Classic and the Dakar. Let's now talk about the future and Dakar Future Mission 1000 that started last year. It's for experimental vehicles that are electric or use hydrogen or are hybrids, and they come to be tested on the Dakar. The Dakar is an open-air laboratory that allows us to prepare for the future.
On a voulu passer la vitesse supérieure, donc on a adapté le Dakar aux technologies.
C'est des étapes de 100 km, mais c'est les mêmes difficultés qu'on va rencontrer.
Dakar Mission 1000 est quelque part un terrain de jeu parfait pour tester ces nouveaux véhicules qui préparent le demain.
And show the world that it's possible to drive on hydrogen in the hardest rally in the world.
Maintenant, on ne peut pas faire sans, quoi qu'il arrive.
Aujourd'hui, on a des projets extrêmement intéressants et j'ai vraiment bon espoir qu'on les voit vraiment rapidement sur la course. On veut un Dakar avec que ça. Ça serait vraiment un aboutissement de pouvoir voir ce Dakar démarrer le plus rapidement possible.
That's it for the presentation of the Dakar. Let me now remind you the key dates from now with this presentation. We're going to travel around the world to present this Dakar and discuss with you all. The first key date will be to register, and of course the end of registration. And we'll all meet in Barcelona for a first major moment in the harbour. And after that, of course, the vehicles will be disembarked in Saudi Arabia, the start, and the famous finish in the empty quarter on the 17th of January. This 2025 edition is now launched. Let me sincerely thank Saudi Arabia and all its authorities that work so hard with us, hand in hand, to organize the rally, and of course all the sponsors and partners of the Dakar, without whom nothing would be possible.